Stub Club, and welcome to our final and last day of 25 Days of Disney. Thank you for all of you that have joined us, and like always, you can go back and watch all of them again. Make sure you like them, comment them, hey, even send them to a couple people that you might know might enjoy some of these videos.
Right, Merry Christmas, so we're giving you the gift of more movie reviews and some fun fact information.
And so we're going to be talking about the Santa Claus today
Ho, ho,
on
ho.
Christmas.
Who else would we be talking about on this day?
Somebody's on the roof.
Maybe it's Santa.
Not now, Charlie.
This Christmas, Scott Calvin's getting into the spirit the only way he can.
Hey, you!
By accident.
If something should happen to me, put on my suit. The reindeer will know what to do.
He's Santa. Who killed him?
Did not.
Check out Santa's sleigh.
When you put on the suit, he fell subject to the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus? What does that mean?
It means you put on the suit, you're the big guy.
Santa, how come your clothes are so baggy?
Do you want this doll or not? Go back to sleep.
Johnny, naughty. Gary, nice. Veronica, very nice.
The Santa Claus.
And not only is it the Santa Claus, but it's the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. So, yeah, that just makes it better. Okay.
You can tell that's one of Jennifer's favorite actors, if you, that
Yes.
wasn't obvious throughout this journey.
Home Improvement, Toy Story, everything. Yay. Okay. So the Santa Claus is not your typical Christmas movie when it deals with Santa Claus. We always see them where, you know, it's just
An origin story, kind of.
kind of like that. This one is totally different. So we have Scott Calvin, who is this businessman, and he's not having a very good relationship with his son Charlie. He's divorced from his wife, and you could tell that they just don't really get along with the new stepdad Neil that they have with his wonderful sweaters that he has in all of them. And there's just a very strained relationship. You can just tell by they predicted he was going to be late, not going to be there on time. Charlie not really wanting to be there, and then it's the whole scuffle when they get in the house of how Charlie got no fight at school if Santa Claus is real or not. And they kind of bicker a little bit about that. And it's funny that that's how the movie kind of goes into of Charlie hearing from school that he doesn't believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He's too old for that baby stuff. But it's the whole evolution of the movie that goes on where he all of a sudden gets woken up in the middle of the night, hears something on the roof, and they go outside and Santa's on the roof, and by Tim Allen saying, "Hey you," Santa falls off the roof.
He got spooked and he jumped. Well,
Yeah.
not jumped off the roof, but he startled.
Falls off the roof, lands on the ground, and all of a sudden just magically disappears. And they are looking and they're like, "Hey, Santa must be naked somewhere. Like, where'd he go?"
There's a naked man running around.
Yeah. And so they find this business card that says, "If I fall off the roof, put the suit on and the reindeer will know what to do." And some words of those. So Scott Calvin puts on the Santa suit, they go up on the sleigh and they go through the whole adventure going through all these houses. And this is different. It's a regular man going through these houses. That's kind of creepy. You got a girl on a couch waking up and seeing him. And then they get brought to the North Pole, which also kind of freaks me out. Like, what? Like, I stopped believing in Santa years ago. And you're telling me that we're now at the North Pole. And from there it goes into, well, guess what, dude? You put on the suit after the big guy fell off your roof. Guess what? You're Santa Claus now. Surprise! And they're like, "No, this isn't real. This isn't real." Fast forward to when they wake up the next morning, he's in his red silky pajamas that he got from the North Pole. And Charlie believes the whole thing was real. When Scott's like, no, this isn't real.
Yeah.
And then Charlie's mom and Neil, they don't like this either, and it builds another strained relationship.
Yeah.
Charlie and Scott build this relationship from this dream, and then it gets kind of tethered apart and got brought in with the court systems because they are saying Charlie thinks this is real and it's not. It was just a story, just a dream. But Scott then goes through the evolution of becoming Santa, which hasn't been seen in a movie. He becomes big. Well, I got a bee sting. That's why I'm so big. And that kind of stuff that it goes through him gaining weight, getting the list. And then finally he gets brought to the North Pole.
Yeah.
Where we have the whole thing of him having to learn to go through the whole thing with the Santa Claus thing for real this time.
Yeah.
And, well, how do I prevent myself from not falling off the roof? And from there it goes into the conclusion of the movie where they come back to the house. The parents realize that, hey, this actually was a real story. He is Santa. Just because of a weenie whistle, he figured it out. It's just funny how the psychiatrist all of a sudden figured out the movie, wait, it is Santa? Like, it's weird how they rotated into it. Yeah. But it's a very, very different Christmas movie, and it's just a classic. I don't know of anyone who doesn't enjoy this movie.
I can't think of anybody either.
Mm-hmm. With the Santa Claus, it was such a big success that Disney didn't just make one, not two, but 3 Santa Claus movies. And of course, in all biasness for me, it's 1 and 2 are better than 3. I do like that there is the flashback that happens where Scott gets to see himself knock Santa off the roof. But the Santa Claus 1 is awesome, and so is the Santa Claus 2.
And you know what? Tim Allen just looks good as Santa.
Mm-hmm.
I have to admit.
This is a movie that no matter what Christmas season is, I have to watch it every single year. I'm gonna probably watch it a couple times this year because it's just a classic movie that each year you want to watch, and it gets put in with The Grinch as a classic. You get put in with the Charlie Brown Christmas. Like, it became a classic.
We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Merry Christmas and to all a good night. Thank you for following us on our 25 Days of Disney journey. We really appreciate it. Comment below on what you thought of this experience, and if there's anything else you'd like us to do a journey on, any other genre or studio theme that you'd like us to do. We want to know.
Mm-hmm. Or even like what movies you want us to review, or any type of skits or anything. Let us know for any ideas that you would like to see next from the Stub Club.
Alright, Stub Clubbers, we hope to see you next time. This is Amanda and Jennifer.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Bye, guys.
Remember, leave milk and cookies and carrots out for Santa and his reindeer. I realize I'm a day late with this, but it's always next year.